and I am back, and I am here with another Get Ready With Me makeup tutorial featuring this very bright summery look. And I was inspired by a few things. I was inspired by the weather. Well, not really the weather, because let's be honest, in New York it's still cold as hell. It's not quite summery yet, but I did paint my nails yellow and I was inspired to do a yellow eyeshadow look. And I've been seeing this trend going around on YouTube and on Instagram. And I said, you know what? I've never done a full-on yellow eyeshadow look. So that's what I'm doing for you guys today. And I pulled out some new products, played with some new things, and I really like how it turned out. Now, I did use a pop of color on the lower lash line because that's what I always do. With such a bright, bold sunshine color on the eyelids, I definitely wanted to ground the eyeshadow look. So I put like a darker blue on the lower lash line, and I think it really pulled everything together. And I paired it with a bold orange lip, and I really love this lip. It's so tricky to pair a lip with this eyeshadow look because you're like, all right, what color do I go with? Because if I go with a nude, you know, nude is kind of the safe color, but if I went with nude, like, it wouldn't pop as much. So I did a bold orange. So if you want to see this Get Ready With Me makeup tutorial, then stay tuned and I'll talk to you soon. Hey there, guys. So as usual, I'm starting off with a clean, freshly washed face, and my eyebrows are already filled in. Now I'm going to go ahead and grab my moisturizer. This is the Urban Decay Rehab Makeup Prep. It's the Hot Springs Hydrating Gel, and it has a very interesting formula. It's almost like a powdery gel. You see it almost looks like a dry gel, and it really absorbs nicely into your skin. So for oily skin, I really like this as a makeup prep, and it doesn't leave behind a greasy, sticky, or tacky feeling, which I really appreciate, but it still leaves my skin feeling nice and hydrated. It's a water-based moisturizer, so it's really good for those of us with oily or combination skin. Once I have that in place, I'm gonna go ahead with my Urban Decay Naked Skin Weightless Complete Coverage Concealer. This is the shade Dark Neutral, and I'm going to just apply that directly underneath my brows, and then I'll grab my Anastasia Beverly Hills number 18 concealer brush to help create a sharp outline under my brows and to help clean up the shape of the brows. This will also act as a highlight, and once I have that down, I'm going to go ahead and blend out the rest of the edges using my Real Techniques Deluxe Crease brush. Now for my eyeshadow primer, I'm going to grab this Tarte Lid Lock Eye Base. It's in the shade Buff, and I'm just going to grab a little bit of that on my Real Techniques Deluxe Crease brush and apply this all over my eyelids. This is the first time I'm using this product, so I'm just applying very little, and I'm applying a little bit of that to my inner tear duct area to help brighten up that space. And I'm just going to blend it out over my eyelids, and this is going to help our eyeshadows to stick in place. For the eyeshadow look, I'm going to start out with my Sugar Pill Heart Shaped Cookie eyeshadow, which is just a matte beige neutral, and I'm going to blend that in my crease using one of my Chikuhodo blending brushes. This is going to act as our transition shade, and I'm using a light beige shade because we're going in with bright, bold colors on the lid. Now to build up a little bit of dimension in that crease area, I'm going to grab my typical blending shades from Makeup Forever. I have the shade M650 Cookie and M660 Speculous, which are just two mid-tone brown shades, and I'm just buffing them in the crease area. This is going to add a little bit of shadowing, but not too much because they're very close to my skin tone. Now I'm going to go in with my bright, bold shade, and this is Buttercupcake from Sugar Pill. This is a bright, bold, intense yellow shade, and I'm just going to tap that all over my lid space over that primer using a dense eyeshadow brush from Sonia Kashuk. And I'm really trying to build up this color, but it's not showing up as much as I want it to. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this Inglot Loose Pigment. This is the shade 230. It's a really bold, vivid yellow as well. And I'm going to try to pack that on over the lid so it really picks up, and that is not working either. So now I'm going to grab my Inglot Eyeliner Gel in the shade number 84. And this is a bold matte yellow shade, and I'm applying this with a synthetic brush. This is one from Morphe. It's one of their gunmetal brushes, and it already fell apart on me. The very first time I used it, it kind of snapped in two. But anyway, I just popped it back together, and I'm using this to apply this gel eyeliner. And I have to work quickly because this eyeliner dries very quickly and it's sticks in place, so I'm just blending out the edges, but that's a better base for our eyeshadows. I think that's going to help a lot with the eyeshadows that we're going to apply. So I'm going to go back in with the Buttercupcake now from Sugar Pill and really pack it on over that gel eyeliner. And honestly, I think if I had used eyeshadow base from, say, Urban Decay or Smashbox, you know, those new white eyeshadow bases, it would have worked out a lot better than that lid lock eyeshadow base from Tarte. So I am not impressed by Tarte's lid lock base. It didn't pick up at all, but as you see, the eyeshadow really built up over that eyeshadow base that we placed down. Now I'm going in with more of a tame lemony yellow. This is a lighter yellow shade, and I'm just using this to blend around the crease area. This is just going to help to fade out any of the harsh edges, and I'm just lightly building it up. Now this is a light lemony shade from Inglot. I forget the number, but I'll leave it down below. And to add a little bit more dimension, I'm going in with this shade from MAC. This is the shade Goldenrod. Now this is a bold, bright yellow, but it has a little touch of orange to it. So it's going to build up a little bit of depth and dimension, so it's not just like a bold yellow without any shape to it. And I'm blending that in the crease and trying to blend it around the bright yellow on the lid. And I'll just go back and forth just to make sure everything blends seamlessly, because this is a really bold color and it can look a little bit stark as if, right? It's gonna look stark no matter what, but I just want to blend around the edges so it's not as stark and it kind of fades upwards onto the brow bone area. Now I'm gonna grab my inner tear duct highlight. This is I-412 Wheat from Makeup Forever, and I'm just popping that on my inner tear duct area using my pencil brush from Eddie Funkhouser. This is such a beautiful inner tear duct color because it has a hint of yellow to it, so it's a little bit more toned down than a bright white. And I'm just blending out the edges to make sure it blends seamlessly. For my highlight under my brow, I'm using my Mirage eyeshadow from Makeup Geek, which is just one of my favorite brow bone highlights, and I'm applying that with my 242 from MAC and just making sure that I blend it down on that brow bone space. Now we're gonna grab our foundation. I'm using my clay foundation stick from Tarte Cosmetics. I'll leave the shade below. I think it is Tan Deep Honey, and I'm just applying that all over my skin. I didn't apply a separate primer or anything. We're just going in right over the moisturizer that we use from Urban Decay. I do like how this foundation blends out. It doesn't drag on the skin. It's not very dry at all. It glides pretty nicely over the skin without being overly greasy or too creamy. And I'm just blending that in. I don't know that I like the finish of this though. Not the finish so much as the wear or the overall texture. The finish is a demi matte finish, which I like. It's not shiny or dewy or anything, but I feel like it settles into my fine lines. So my lines in my forehead area kind of settles in, and it doesn't leave my skin looking that great. It just shows up a lot of my imperfections. Now this shade match isn't necessarily the best. I feel like it's a little light, so I'm gonna grab my powder fabric foundation from Giorgio Armani. I'm just picking up very little of this, not too much, because I'm not trying to get full coverage out of it. I'm just trying to make this Tarte foundation a little bit better of a skin tone match for me. So I'm just blending this over my skin using my Marc Jacobs The Face 3 brush and just trying to blend it down so it matches my neck and it looks a little bit more seamless, because you can see the clay foundation stick from Tarte leaves a little bit of a white cast. So just blend that in and make sure that every edge and nook and cranny is nice and blended. Now I'm going to go in with my mascara. This is my Too Faced Better Than Sex, and I'm just going to apply that to my upper lashes to make them nice and full against this bold yellow that we have on our eyes. Now let's go ahead and set our foundation in place. Of course, I'm using my Urban Decay Ultra Definition Powder Foundation in the shade Medium Dark Golden, and I'm just bouncing this over my skin using this is my La Mer powder brush.
It's a really soft brush. It's cute, but it's really pricey and it wasn't really worth it. But it's cute for applying on camera. That's about it. Now, what are we going to do? We're going to apply a little bit of concealer that I forgot to apply before I applied my powder. But I didn't apply too much powder, so it's not too bad. But as you can see, the darkness is really showing up under my eyes. So this foundation that we use, the clay stick, is definitely not full coverage. But never mind that. We're just going to apply some concealer. We're using the Urban Decay Weightless Complete Coverage Concealer again in the shade Dark Neutral. I applied a little bit of that under my eyes and also around my mouth where I get some darkness. And we're going to blend that out using a dampened foundation sponge. This is from L'Oreal. And when we're just using the pointy side to blend under our eyes and then the rounder flat side to blend around our mouth. Now, I will mention this. Love this sponge. Love all these drugstore sponges. But they break and tear so quickly. Like the minute I washed this, it broke, it tore, and I was very upset. I was like, really? My beauty blender does not betray me like this. This is not right. Now I'm going to go ahead and set under my eyes. I'm using my La Prairie loose powder. This is their cellular treatment powder. This is the shade Translucent 2, and I'm just going to apply that under my eyes using my Cosette pointed brush. And honestly, I wanted to keep just rubbing this on my face. This is such a soft brush, and they're synthetic, cruelty-free, and vegan. So if you were looking for a nice synthetic alternative to natural hair brushes, this is a nice one, and they wash really good and they retain their shape, and you can use warm water to help them form a little better. Now I'm gonna go in with my lashes. These are my double up lashes from Ardell. These are the double wispies, and you see how full and pretty these are? They really are gorgeous, and I'm just gonna pop these on my upper lashes because we need our lashes to stand out against this bold yellow on the eyelids. And I'm taking care not to get any of this glue on that beautiful yellow that we spent so much time trying to build up, because I am using the Tarte Cosmetics black glue and it really sticks down well, but it can get messy on the eyelids, and trust me, this glue is going nowhere. Now the lashes are a little bit intense, so I'm gonna go ahead and pinch them together using my Shu Uemura S curler just so they blend a little better with my natural lashes. And this is a great tip to use to just blend your natural lashes with your false eyelashes. Now for my lower lash line, I'm going to go in with a bold electric blue. This is from Makeup Forever, and I'm gonna pop that on my lower lash line using my MAC 242 eyeshadow brush and just keeping close to that lower lash line area. Do you love how my nails match my eyeshadow right now? That's really cool. Anyway, just blending that back and forth and building up the intensity. And then I'll go in with a clean blending brush and go around the edges of the color so that we don't leave behind any harshness. I don't want to really have a harsh line there. I just want it to be nice and hazy. So just blend it out. And then for my lower waterline, I'm going in with this Sephora matte cream pencil. This is My Boyfriend's Jeans, and this is such a beautiful bright blue, and I love this color. So I just apply that to my lower waterline, and then I'll finish up my lower lash line by applying my lower lash mascara. This is my MAC Extended Play Giga Black Lash Mascara, and just pop that on those lower lashes so they stand out against the blue that we have on that lower lash line. Now we're going to go ahead and apply a little bit of contour. I'm using my Becca Multitasking Powder in the shade Dark Golden, and I'm using one of my Sonia Kashuk blending brushes from their Stripe set. This is a beautiful face brush. It really does apply color nicely and it blends it out pretty good. And I really love this color for a contour, for a bronzer. It actually works really good as a bronzer for my darker skin tone. So I'm just applying that to the hollows of my cheeks and blending it in. And then I'll apply a little bit of that along my temple and hairline area just to blend everything together and make sure it blends seamlessly. You know, that foundation wasn't really participating with us, so we're just making sure it's a little bit more seamless. Now I'm going in with my blush color. This is one of my Tarte Amazonian clay blushes. This is the shade Tipsy, which is probably my favorite color from Tarte, from their Amazonian blush line. I'm just popping that on my cheeks using another one of those stripe brushes from the Sonia Kashuk set and just blending it out. It's just a light peachy blush to give us flush to the cheeks. For my highlight, I'm using, I think this is one of my favorite highlights I've discovered lately. This is the shade Melonade from Dose of Colors. It gives a really beautiful punch of almost like a orange sickle shine to the cheeks without being overwhelming. And I'm applying that with a small blending brush from this is from Inglot. It's the 4SS. It's not a small blending brush. It's really a large blending brush for the eyes, but I use it on my face, so it's like a small blending brush, but it's perfect for pinpoint highlighting. And now for the lip color, I decided I'm going in with this colored Raine bold orange shade, which is a really beautiful orange. It's the shade Sweet Cakes, again from Colored Raine. And it's a deeper orange. It's not too intense. It's not too bold. And it's a really beautiful formula. And I love the way it applied. It applied great in just one swipe. It gave me full opacity. And it gave me enough time before it dried down completely. So I really love this formula. Now I'm going to top that with a little bit of my Lipland lip gloss. This is the shade Control Freak. I have fallen in love with this color. It's so beautiful. It's like a deep pigmented orange lip gloss, and it's really beautiful, especially over orange lip colors, which are kind of my thing. They're my jam, so I definitely love this lip gloss.
Alright guys, so here you have it. This is the completed look, and I really like how it turned out. I actually had some trouble with the yellow eyeshadow, like really picking up on my eyelids, but that Inglot gel eyeliner really came through in the clutch and amped up the yellow on my lids. And I really love how the blue on the lower lash line tied everything together. And then this lip, I have to wear this lip just on an everyday basis. Just wear it with no eyeshadow and lashes and just go for it, because this, I think orange and corals and like bright pinks are gonna be my go-to summer lips. Like I'm gonna do bold lips. I am doing that. I am committing to that. I'm doing bold lips for the summer. That's it. That's a way to use up my makeup collection and really put some of these bright colors that I have in my collection to use. But hopefully you guys also enjoyed this Get Ready With Me video, picked up some tips and some tricks, and maybe you'll go ahead and try this look out for yourself. You can also do this with different bold colors. So if you wanted to do like a bold pink or a bold orange, I've done an orangey look, and I did a halo eye, and I was thinking about doing a halo eye with the yellow. I might try to do that at another time, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this video again. I will go ahead and leave a full list of the products used down below in the description box, along with links on where you can pick them up. Most of those links are affiliate links that I generated from Sephora or Ulta or Nordstrom. And that means that I do get a small sales commission if you make a purchase through those links. If you're not comfortable with that, that's totally fine. Just shop how you normally do in store or online, just going through and searching for the products. But if you do shop through my links, thank you so much for supporting the channel, because it does help me to put right back into the channel and bring you quality content. And if you have any suggestions for eyeshadow looks, you know, I have so many creative looks going through my head that, you know what? And if you like the video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button to show your support. And if you aren't already subscribed, which you should already be, right? We're friends, right? Then go ahead and hit the subscribe button, because there are gonna be tons and tons more bright, colorful looks coming up, because I am in my element. This is my season. Like the summertime is when I pull out all the stops and I go bold and colorful. I mean, all right. Confession, I go bold and colorful any time of the year. I don't care. But summertime is kind of when you really amp it up. And I have quite a few ideas in the back of my mind that I want to bring to you guys. So definitely make sure you stay tuned. And I will also leave links to my Instagram and Twitter page where you should definitely be following me along. And until my next video, which will be very soon, thank you guys so much for watching and supporting. I appreciate you and I love you. Bye.